Can I still bring my spouse to the United States in 2025? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. Would you believe that when I first started practicing immigration law, that you could bring your spouse to the United States in about 6 or 7 months? 6 or 7 months. It's been a long, long time since that was true. And there have been some real sources of delays, say, over the last 10 years. Of course, COVID had an effect on the ability of USCIS to promptly adjudicate I-130 petitions. If you're a U.S. citizen, that's the form that you use to file. You file an I-130 petition with your spouse, and it all starts with USCIS. It used to take USCIS 3 or 4 months to adjudicate one of these. Right now, as we go into the Trump administration, it's about 16 months. 14 to 16 months at USCIS, which is just stage 1. So you can see how it's now 3 times longer just at the initial agency. And of course, USCIS's job is to figure out if this is a legit marriage. Do we believe that both people are eligible to marry, that this is a real relationship, and that it's not just to get an immigration benefit? Once USCIS signs off on it, then your case goes to the National Visa Center. They haven't been too bad as far as falling behind. They've still been around 4 or 5 months for most people to begin the process of the State Department processing of the case. So this is where we're actually working on the visa. You fill out the DS-260, you submit all of your financial information about your spouse, and then once the National Visa Center is ready, they send your case on to the consulate. And the consulate is where things are really backlogged, where things have really slowed down. And COVID affected different countries differently. But truth be told, the Biden team did very, very little to speed things back up at the embassies. They don't have much interest in that. They never did. They did very little to get us back on track for the slow backlog that we were seeing across the world when it came to these consulates. And so we had COVID, which really slowed things down. The other thing we had was the prior Trump administration. So the Trump administration, they weren't interested in bringing people to the United States, especially people who weren't from white countries. And so therefore, you really saw slowdowns. Right now, it takes about 2 years, 2.5 years to get your spouse an interview date in Kenya after all that other stuff that I already mentioned. So the cases are already slow. With Trump coming in, they want to add a lot of layers of fraud detection to really slow things down even more. So I think, yes, can you apply for your spouse in 2025? Yes. Do I think they're going to get here anytime soon? No. Do I think an expedited request is going to work? No. Everybody and his brother wants to expedite their case. Everybody and their brother have a reason to explain why their case should go ahead of everybody else. But if everybody's asking to be expedited and everybody's cases are delayed, nobody's cases are moving anytime soon. So I do think that, yes, you should start the process. Yes, it's going to be a long, slow process. There's going to be long delays at USCIS, delays at the National Visa Center, and really long delays at the consulates. So I think right now, if you're talking about starting a spouse case in 2025, you're looking at least 2.5 years before your spouse is able to come to the United States. It's a sad state of affairs. The Trump team is only going to make it worse. They're only going to make it slower. They're only going to bog things down at the embassy with their fraud indications, their fraud alerts, their fraud searches, and all of their efforts to find fraud where there really isn't any. So you can expect that in the years to come, we're going to start seeing 3 years, 3.5 years. And as I sit here saying that to you, it's making me extra sad because this means that people are really going to be denied the opportunity to be with their spouses. So if you want to do something about this, contact your member of Congress. Tell them that this is unacceptable, that it's just too crazy that spouses should have to take this long to get their loved ones here in the United States. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's anti-American, and I hate to say it, it's part of the Trump's plan to slow down legal immigration to the United States. If you want to get started on bringing your spouse or other family member to the United States, give us a call, 314-961-8200. Email us, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. You can follow us on TikTok at Immigration Hacking. You can join our Facebook group. It's free. It's called Immigrant Home. We got a lot of people there, over 15,000 almost. People talking about the immigration process every day. And then, of course, we have the granddaddy of them all, our YouTube channel. We just went over 100,000 subscribers. And if you want to follow us there, look for Jim Hacking or Hacking Immigration Law on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your alerts. And if you want to come on my live immigration answer show, you can do that. And if you want to get in the waiting room first, text the word SHOW, SHOW, to 314-470-3300. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next video.